Welcome to Relationship Coaching Group, where we keep it real, offering real tools and real suggestions, helping to put you in the driver's seat of your relationship and your life. We're here to help steer you in the right direction and get you on the right path to your relationship and life goals. Hello, I'm Roxanne, your host, and I have with me the professor, my co-host. Together, we've been coaching couples and singles for over 20 years, and we're here to work with you. Just so you know, we're not afraid to bring out hard facts. We keep it real. So if you can't handle the truth, this podcast is not for you, because we keep it real. So get ready today. We'll be discussing and going over today's topic, which is signs that indicates a lack of trust with your partner. And I'm going to turn it over to the professor. What's your take?
Well. Thanks for having me back. It's good to see you as always. And big hello to our listeners. Wow. Now, so in our last episode, we touched on this for a little bit. Remember?
Yes, we did. And
Yeah.
we said we would elaborate for our guests.
So we're going to talk about cell phones. And I actually had a lady reach out and ask me, what is it that she can do to make her husband feel that she's not doing anything? She's just used to having her cell phone with her. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, okay?
But maybe you want to elaborate about cell phones. What is it about cell phones?
Yeah,
that would be a sign that indicates a lack of trust.
Well, if you're always secretive on your phone, if you're going to the bathroom and taking your phone with you.
Oh, that happens.
If you're going to have a shower and you take your phone with you. If you go out for dinner and you put your phone on the table and your partner reaches for the salt and you grab your phone. There's your sign. There are so many things that will trigger people off, and they have that gut feeling something's not right. Now, I'm going to use you as an example. Your partner. Now, when we use the word partner, that means husband, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever it is. We just use the term your partner to cover all bases.
Yeah, right. Okay, good.
So when you with your partner, do you both have access to each other's phones?
Oh, definitely. As remember, we have the same password.
Okay. And does your partner have a problem with you going on his phone?
No, because
do you ever?
Mine is charging, and I say, "Look, I need to use your phone," or vice versa.
But you ask.
Yeah, I do ask. Yeah.
That's just a respect,
courtesy.
If his phone is ringing, do you answer it?
I don't answer it. I may see if it's someone important, maybe a family member, but I may look to see who it is, and if he's out of the room or what have you, I'll let him know who's calling in. But I don't answer unless he's totally maybe in the car and left his phone and it's a relative. Then I'll answer, yes.
And then if your phone is going off, does he answer your phone?
No, he doesn't. He'll tell me my phone's ringing, but he won't answer it. And I tell him.
But that's trust.
And I have to tell him, look, see who it is. If I'm busy in another room or online with a client, I may put it on mute and say just check, see who it is.
But that's trust.
Yeah.
But see, that's the whole problem, is that when you have a partner who is hiding their phone, who their opposite cannot look at their phone, cannot touch their phone. There's a guy on YouTube, I don't know if you've ever seen it, where he tries to get couples to switch their phones and look at each other's phone. You ever seen that?
Yes.
I don't know if,
He'll start asking, do you trust?
right.
Yeah, your part.
I don't know if that's real or not, because a lot of this stuff is staged. So I don't know if it's real or not. But I know in everyday life, it's real.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we get lots of issues regarding.
And the cell phone plays a huge part in that.
Right. And it not only with the phone, but it goes to emails where one of the partners constantly checking the email to see if something. But
their Instagram and
their social media,
TikToks and DMs, all this. They're constant.
That's a sign. That's a sign that there's not trust in that relationship.
Yes.
And do you want to continue bringing up issues regarding the social media and phones? Because we have another bullet.
Well, I got to finish this topic because this is a big one, and
it is.
I will tell you, I get so many relationships that when we're in therapy together, this is always brought up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the phone's a big issue, especially with the younger. And I say younger. We're not 20, but it starts from the younger generation, and it really filters into the middle age category of couples.
It has filtered over because
you have 40 and 50-year-olds who
have got into the smartphone world
and the lack of trust,
and the social media and all the apps that are out there. Sometimes I have to message you and ask you, what's this app? Because I haven't even heard of it.
Right. I like to try to stay on top of it. I gotta stay hip with it.
Yeah. I sometimes I've messaged her and I'm like, I don't want to feel stupid. What is this app? Because I've never heard of it. But cell phones is a big thing. So here's a tip.
Okay. A tip to our listeners.
Okay.
All right, listen closely now. Here's your tip.
This is your tip. If you want to have a healthy relationship with your partner and the phone not be an issue, stop messing with it. Easy tip. If you're hiding something, your partner's going to know, because everybody has that feeling. Because when you're hiding the phone and sleeping with it under your pillow, those are all signs. I'm sorry. You can contact me and you can tell me all the fluff you want. But when you're constantly hiding your phone and the phone is with you, you're taking with you to the shower and everything, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got something to hide.
Okay. Now, there's another sign that might indicate your lack of trust with your partner, and that's giving your partner the third degree. And what I mean by that is
interrogation.
Who were you with? Where are you going? Where have you been? Why were you gone so long?
Yeah.
That's
if you can't trust your partner when they leave the house, whether it's going to work, to the store, I understand there are a lot of people who are very insecure. And that's what triggers a lot of these things, is because they're insecure. But sometimes that gut comes up and okay, he's going to the store, and every time he goes, or she goes to the store, a trip that should have taken 30 minutes is 4 hours. Okay, that's when I would start by going, all right, why does it take you 4 hours to go to the store? The store is 6 minutes away, but it takes you 4 hours every time you go.
Well, listen to this. I've had a call from one of my clients. We had a video session, and it was actually the male that his partner went to do her hair. And that sometimes, depending on the hairstyle and depending on what you're doing, sometimes that could take hours. I know people who braid their hair, it might be 8 hours. But she didn't come back till the next day.
Ooh.
Yes. And her excuse was she fell asleep in the chair once they had a break or what have you, and she fell asleep in the chair. So that was
There's your sign. So basically what she was saying was, I fell asleep and I'm at someone else's salon and you fell asleep and they locked the door and left you in the salon.
I think it was a home
All right.
salon.
You're at someone's home salon. Same thing. You don't think the person would have woken you up and said, girl, you got to go home?
Well,
yeah. No, I wouldn't accept that one.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
No.
And of course, she had a lot of excuses that she wasn't awake. And sometimes you wake up at night to use the bathroom and it's like, where am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to escape that route.
I can't even swallow that one. Yeah, no, that one's a bit too much. What else you got?
Okay, accusing for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
That shows a lot of lack of trust.
I actually had, I don't know if I won't even say it because it's just, yeah. I actually had a lady and this was about 6 years ago. She had a dream that her husband was cheating on her with the next door neighbor.
A dream.
A dream.
Don't tell me she believed the dream.
Yes.
Oh.
And she accused him left, right. He couldn't come home. Where were you? Were you next door? Were you at the neighbor's house? And he's at work. And it got so bad that he had enough.
Yeah, well, that's when you're going.
But you have people that will believe a dream. Actually, I've had people where their friend said they saw their husband and she believed her friend. And the husband had to have his boss call his wife and verify with a receipt that they were in another state because they had to go to an emergency meeting because I forgot what he did, but it showed that they were having dinner in another neighboring state.
With his boss?
With his boss.
Wow. But she said she saw...
But her friend says, I saw your husband.
Around town.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be with a woman.
Wow. Well, I had a situation with a client who actually the husband came to me as a client, and he was saying that when they're at a store, he said if a grocery store and she's getting something from one department and he's in another department and he happened to have to ask a store clerk or someone who worked there where was an item or where was a department, where could he find such and such, and she saw him asking, and she swore up and down that became the biggest argument that he was having an affair with this with this woman at the store, just because she saw him asking her for. That's how insecure.
This is
that's really bad. You need help.
This is the times where there's things that as a partner, when these things happen, we don't address it right away. We think it's a one-time thing. But when a partner is accusing you of someone, you're asking for some help in the store and she's saying, oh, what, you seeing her? Why are you talking to her? And all that stupidness. That's when you've got to nip it in the bud. As soon as you leave that store and you're home, you got to sit down and have that conversation.
With this situation, this happened so frequently, and he just got to the point where it was too much for him to handle. But this had been going on. He could hold a door open for it happened to be maybe a woman or maybe a couple women, and he could hold the door. It's things like that she would just fly off the handle.
I've actually seen that one too.
Yeah. That's some deep hurt. That's some
I've
deep
seen
issues
that
going on.
I watched the gentleman open the door and these ladies came through. I think there were like 3 ladies, and he's significant other, wife, girlfriend, his partner, Oh, she went off on him. And I felt so bad for him because it was embarrassing.
You actually saw this.
I've been watching this.
That was, yes. Wow.
And I don't want to say the restaurant because I don't want to throw a restaurant under the bus. But it was a nice restaurant and she ripped into this pork and he just stood there like, are you crazy? Yeah, that just made it worse.
Yeah.
But again, see, these are the signs that if you don't, men and women see this. They see the signs, but they don't communicate it right away.
Right. And this is where we're going to go into how to combat these issues. And you said that communication, and that's one of the
Communicate right away. If you don't communicate it right away, for example, you have a child and your child takes a dollar out your wallet and you tell us that's bad. Don't do this. Don't do this bad thing. It's the same thing. If you don't tell your partner, hey, don't do this, I don't like this, then nothing gets, and if you keep saying it and nothing is being done and the partner is not trying to fix it, you have two options. You get some help or it's time to move on. Because if you stay in this, it will only get worse. And if you stay in it, your peace has gone. You are living a miserable life.
And through communication, one of the things I want my listeners to grasp from this is that rather than starting an argument by saying, you always do this, you always accuse me, let your partner know how you feel.
Yes.
Sit down and let them know that, I feel when you see me asking a clerk for information or to find something, I feel there's no trust there. I feel that it hurts me when you think that I'm doing something with anyone else, and that's not the case.
And
my feelings are hurt.
Yeah,
right?
you have to take talking to your partner has to be done at the right time. You can't let it go 3 days later, maybe the next day, latest, I'd say.
Or hours if
a few hours.
Calm down.
But you have to find the right moment.
Yes,
sit
definitely.
them down, maybe make some coffee or something, say, hey, look, I have to have this conversation with you. And I want to keep it calm.
Right. Yes, definitely.
I care about you. And there's a reason why we're having this conversation, because there's something that you do that really hurts me deep.
Right. And you can let your partner know that what you're doing, if you love me and want me to stay in this relationship, what you're doing, you're pushing me away. You're driving a bigger wedge in our relationship. That's not helping us.
Yeah. And that if you allow that toxic behavior to continue, it only gets worse. And that's the problem, is that a lot of time couples let it continue and not say anything because they're afraid of saying anything, or they just go, oh, they're just upset, they're having a bad day. No,
right.
You can't keep letting that to go on.
And you said something earlier about not starting an argument. The goal is to kind of bring the relationship together.
Yes.
Because when you let your partner know, okay, you're pushing me away, and this is not helping us, and if that doesn't stop, if that behavior and accusation of foolishness doesn't stop, when you say that you are pushing me away, regardless if it's the man or the woman saying this, if that behavior for the other partner doesn't stop, then that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem. Because you're letting them know,
right,
if you want me, this is not the way to keep me.
Yes. Now, I know your partner, and how many times have you been to the grocery store and you're approached? Not, someone's trying to get your number or whatever, but want to talk to you, because I know that we've been out together and people come and approach you and they start talking to you and telling you their problems. I don't know why, but you just got that face that everybody wants to come and talk to you. And your partner, how does he handle it?
He'll step back. If he sees that I'm engaged in someone's issue that they're bringing out of the blue, as I said, sometimes they don't even know that
Exactly.
I'm a coach. I'm a relationship coach. We just strike up a conversation, and then they're telling me about their issues with the husband or the job. But well, my husband he'll walk away. If he sees that, he'll just walk away and let me, regardless if it's a man or a woman. Because sometimes it's the same thing with men. Oh, do you try this brand of mayonnaise? How is it? And I say, oh, I tell him how I like it, and it's rich, it's creamy. And then all of a sudden, we're getting into his relationship or issues that he's having, maybe even at home with family members.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my husband will be there. He'll just walk away.
And I remember you telling me a story that he stepped back. He went and did all the shopping.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that happened.
Put it in the car.
Yes.
And then you call him and he's like, it's done. What do you mean you're done?
Because I say, where are you?
Yeah.
I was talking to this young man. Well, where are you? Oh, I'm in the car waiting for you.
Was there any jealousy or anything?
No.
Because there's trust. And that's the big thing is, first, we're going to have trust. We got to believe in our partner. Now, if your partner is showing signs for you not to trust them, then you have to have that conversation. And the longer you wait to have that conversation, and you've had that conversation and it still continues, then there's your sign. There's red flags. And if those things continue, that's like telling a partner, I don't like the way you speak to me. And they keep speaking to you that way, and they keep calling you out of your name. And
that's not good either for a relationship.
Well, that's going to be one of our topics, but that, and you ask them not to do it and they keep doing it, then there comes a point where you have to say, okay, this is not a healthy relationship. It is a toxic relationship. And you have to have the strength, whether you're a man or a woman, because it affects both. You got to have the strength to say, I can't do this anymore.
Or they could seek couple counseling with coaches like us.
I always
and maybe we could, right. And
there is a lot of there's a lot of good coaches out there. So I'm not just saying us, there's a lot of good coaches out there. But yes, if you want to get help, then see a coach to help you. And if it continues, then there's your sign. It's time to go. It's time to cross that bridge and move on.
Right. But they have to see if they both feel that there's something there to work towards.
There has to be something.
Then one of them can say, look, let's get some counseling. Right. Whether it's coaches or whether it's your pastor at your church.
And both have to be receptive.
Yes, definitely.
You
can't drag one into a counseling session, dragging them.
Yeah.
That's
if they don't want to come, then they don't want to fix what's happening.
Yes, right. Now we do have some suggestions of ways that can help you build trust. And I think we touched on some of the issues, but we're gonna really pinpoint them right now. That ways that will help you to build trust. One is that phone.
Yes.
Leave it on the table.
Be honest with you.
Share each other's passwords. Not grabbing it like I said when you're at a restaurant and one is grabbing for the salt and the phone is near the salt and they're snatching their phone for waiting that their partners grab.
And we're not saying that you should have unadulterated access to someone. No, there needs to be respect.
Right.
If you want to use someone's phone, ask. Because there's times my partner will say, can you get my purse? And I'll hand it to him. I don't go in their handbag and pull out their purse and give it to him. It's called respect to this space, and your your phone is your personal thing. So if you want to use someone's phone, say, hey, do you mind if I use your phone for a minute?
Yeah.
Respect the boundaries. We're not saying that to just hand it, you can just go and pick it up anytime you want.
Yeah, and,
No.
and when my husband's phone ring, I don't just he's right there in the room or what, and the phone is near me, I may just flip it over and say, oh, it's so and so, but I won't answer it.
Right.
He's right here. That's his phone.
But there has to be boundaries. So, but
Respectful.
be respect. If respect in relationship, I think is something that is so overlooked. You gotta have respect for each other's space.
That's true.
You gotta have respect for each other's space. If you don't respect each other's space and boundaries, then you've already crossed the line.
Yeah, that is a line that's crossed. Regardless of how long you've been dating, you could be dating for 5 years. You still have to have respect and boundaries with that relationship.
Or married, there needs to be boundaries. If you married for 40 years, you have boundaries. You
and respecting each other's space.
Respect each other's space. But the cell phone, if you're hiding your cell phone, you take it with you into the shower and all that foolishness. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're already creating a toxic environment.
Right.
Put the phone aside, and if you're in a relationship, you don't need what's the swiping one?
Oh,
Tinder
or
and all those apps on you. If you're in a relationship, delete it. Delete your account, put it on pause, whatever it is that you have to do. It doesn't need to be on your phone, because
it's kind of temptation.
It is. If you're dating and you're with someone, then get it off because it's a temptation.
Because I've heard couples say that, well, one of the couples that have these apps on their phone, and why do they need the apps on the phone? And I got a response from the other partner, and he said, well, I just kind of want to see if I'm still attractive, if I can still attract people, and that's not good, especially if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You already have your catch right there.
Yeah. And if you need that for validation, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. Yeah. If you need other people to validate you, and again, that's where that social media, if you're posting pictures of yourself in sexy outfits and you're in a relationship and it's a committed relationship and you're posting pictures of you in sexy outfits
just to see how many likes you can get.
How many likes you can get. I'm sorry, that right there, you're asking for problems, because now what you're doing is you're looking for someone to validate you, even though you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's okay to post pictures, but let them be pictures with your partner, or you go out for dinner and you got a picture of your dinner and you post having dinner with my honey. But when you start posting sexy pictures, you're looking for a response.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking for, like you said, looking for validation. And the other is to communicate where you are or where you're going. And sometimes I've had this as well, where someone is working late and they don't call the significant other. And all she wants is, all I need to know is that he's still working, or he's still, and he said, well, she knows where I am.
That's respect.
Right. But the time that you get off is not that you're still there, you're working overtime. It's respect.
Has your partner ever not called you?
Oh, no. Even, sometimes it's just too much. It's like, okay, I know you're going to the store and I know you're looking for certain stuff, but I don't need to know every step of your journey to the store.
But has he ever got up and left the house and said nothing to you?
Oh, no.
Right.
No, that's...
It's called respect.
Definitely.
It's not
definitely. So communicate where you are, where you're going. Yeah, and if you're at the store and you might, in one case where you meet a friend, one of the partners went to the store and the guy said, hey, let's go grab a beer. They go grab a beer, but he doesn't communicate that to his
Yeah,
partner.
but I mean,
And that's okay.
yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
just saying it's okay, but communicate it.
But here's the thing: is when you don't answer your phone.
Yeah.
You've left Home Depot. I shouldn't mention the company's name, but I did already. What the heck? But you've left the hardware store.
Yeah.
You know, and then you met your buddy in the parking lot and you decide to go for a beer, but then you don't answer your phone because then you're like, I'm hanging out with my homie. I'm not going to answer the phone.
Yeah, no, that's lack of respect.
That's lack of
Like
respect,
yeah.
and that's the whole thing. You got to have respect for each other. It's not about a chain around your neck, where you're going, what you're doing. It's just respect, because at the end of the day, if I don't communicate with my partner where I'm at, and something happens and I'm injured,
and end up in the hospital
and she has
there's
no
no
idea,
clue.
so it's called respect.
Yeah.
You got to respect each other, respect each other's boundaries, and be honest with each other. If you don't want to be in a committed relationship, say it from the get-go. Say, look, I just want to be casual dating. And it's casual dating. But you have to be open about it.
Right. And I go on for years and years, and you still want it to be casual, and you're on Tinder.
Yeah.
Or, swiping right. But what about quality time? I think that's an area where a lot of couples, because they've been dating or in the relationship or married for so many years, they don't feel that there needs to be quality time with each other.
It has to be quality time. I don't care how long someone's been dating, whether it's a week or 30 years. A marriage or a relationship that's lasted years has always had quality time. And a lot of time it's not about doing something. It's about just being in the room together, even if it's just watching a movie.
Right. Exactly.
Having a glass of wine together. That doesn't mean
date night doesn't have to be at a swanky restaurant. Date night could be right there at home. We're having I'm cooking a dinner. After dinner, we're going to watch a movie. We're going to sit down and have.
Exactly.
That's just being, like you said, just being having some togetherness.
Yeah.
And if you have kids,
yes,
then
pull them off to the grandparents or the neighbors,
auntie, uncle.
Even if it's once a month, you gotta have some quality time together.
Yes,
it's nice to have it, more frequently, but sometimes life doesn't give us that because we have to work to take care of family. But you gotta make that quality time.
And if you can have more time, if it can be once a week or every other week,
great.
Even
better.
Exactly.
Even better. But
whatever the schedule is,
it's gotta be at least a couple times a month. Minimum once a month. Minimum.
Definitely.
But you've got to have at least 2-3 times a month.
Which is a perfect scenario. But as you said, even if it's that one time a month where you have, it's just you and your partner, kids are away for the night.
Yes.
Where you guys can really reconnect. And
you've got to have that. And I think that's what's missing in a lot of relationship is friendship.
Right. Yes.
You got to have your relationship. You got to be friends.
Yeah, you should feel that that's your best friend.
That's your buddy. That's your ride or
die. You can talk about anything.
There should be nothing. And a woman should never scold a man for being sensitive. That drives me nuts when a woman says, well, he's too sensitive. So you would rather a man be a hard son of a gun and don't care about you? If a man is opening up to you because he trusts you, and I have to make that clear, is that when a man opens up to his partner, it's because he trusts you.
And that's what we're talking about, trust.
Exactly.
How to know you're trusted in the relationship and how to be trusted in the relationship.
When a man opens up to his partner, or a woman opens, it's especially a man. I'm talking now from a man's perspective. When a man opens up to his partner, and please, ladies, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
When a man opens up to his partner, he's not being weak.
Right.
That takes a strong man
Yes.
to open up to his partner and say how he feels.
Right. Right.
And when you punish him for being vulnerable to you, the person he trusts and holds in high esteem, I will guarantee you the moment you do that, you have just lit a fire under your relationship, and it's only going to get worse, because now he is in his head is that you have taken the trust that he has and you just lit it on fire. Just because a man comes to you, his partner, he's ride or die, and he cannot be vulnerable to the one person.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's harder, I think, for a lot of men, not all.
Yes.
It's harder for a lot of men to open up and share their feelings.
Women have to understand that a man, you may not think they're strong, but they're strong.
Yeah, and it does take
because
strong
they have to
yes.
carry so much burden. If a woman was to understand what a man has to carry on his shoulders, the worry that he carries every day, from worrying about his partner, the bills, his kids, you name it. And it's the little things. As a father, you're worrying. Are you giving your kids enough? You want your kids to be better. Every man wants their kids to be better than how they were and more successful. So the burden a man carries is huge. And they never share that.
Right. And to share it and be open, he's trusting his feelings with
So don't destroy that, ladies. Listen to your partner. Listen to him communicating to you. Don't burn that.
Right. And then the last issue is kind of piggybacking on this. Talk more, argue less.
Yes.
When
preach it.
when your partner wants to discuss how they're feeling in the relationship, or how they're being made to feel in the relationship, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Yes.
Don't just say, oh, don't blow it off, kind of what you're saying, and say, oh, suck it up. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't even say it that way.
Yes.
No, listen.
Yes.
Listen to your partner when they're pouring out their feelings, whether it's the man or the woman in the
and when your partner talks to you, there's that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. When your partner talks to you, it stays with you. You don't go share it with your girlfriend, your friends at work, or your neighbor. It stays with you. It dies with you, because it is a personal something that your partner has shared with you, and it is solely with you.
And that's between the
exactly. It's between you two. But so many people go share something
on both,
somebody's
on both
being
parties.
vulnerable. Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, women a little bit more, but
well, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
Thank you. But I've had this in our counseling sessions where a woman will say, well, he didn't tell me I couldn't. If a man comes to you and he is being vulnerable to you, that doesn't mean you take that and you go and tell your best friend or your friend at work, because they're not going to hold it to themselves. They're going to tell everybody else. So now you've just put that man in a position that he doesn't want to be in. So communicate, communicate, and communicate more.
And argue
less.
Argue less.
Argue less.
Yes. So those pointers about the phone, the communication, quality time, talk more, argue less. Take these little pointers, and we're going to
let's call it time. If you've made time for quality time, and let's say I'm going to give from a man's perspective, and I say we're dating, and I say, hey, look, I'm going to cook. I love you. Come on over. I'm going to cook. And that my partner cancels. No reason why. Oh, I got something going on. I can't tonight. And it happens again and again. there's a sign there
Mm-hmm.
that somebody's getting the attention more than you.
And that happened in my coaching experience. That happened even in married situations where, uh, in this case, it was the man who loved to cook, and his wife had long hours because she worked in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and he would let her know, look, what time are you getting off? And she would tell him, well, I'm cooking such and such, so don't eat anything, just come straight home, dinner will be ready. And she ends up going out with some of her coworkers.
Yeah.
And it might be an hour, 2 hours of the time that she's to come home, to be home. Hadn't heard from her. So when he calls, oh, we just decided to have some cocktails. It's happy hour. I told you I was cooking. So yeah, you have to make time.
Communicate.
And make time.
Yes.
Because now she's really saying that what you're doing for me is not even worth my time coming home to.
Yes.
That's
absolutely. And again, these things happen more often than people realize.
Yes.
It's not a one-off thing. Yeah. It happens right now. This is happening so many times all over. And I don't know if our listeners realize that you and I just don't deal with couples down the street or around the corner. We actually deal with people worldwide.
Right.
Because I know both of us, we have clients all over, everywhere from Thailand to Malaysia, because one of our specialties is international relationships. And that is where expats or people are in another country to move to another country and they're trying to date. And there's so many things that go along. So we deal with all different types of relationships. International, local, you name it. So we deal a lot with that. So
right.
We get to see, I would say, a little bit more than what your average coach sees, because we get to see it worldwide.
Right.
And if you want a relationship to be successful, first thing is be honest with each other, be respectful, and communicate.
Because it does take work.
Yes.
It does take work.
Oh my gosh. Having a relationship is like having a full-time job.
And that's why you just can't blow off your partner wanting to do something special for you and you just blow it off as nothing. So it's communication, respect.
Because if it was the other way around, if a woman had prepared a nice, wonderful meal.
Well, it does happen on the other side as well. And she's not a happy camper either.
Probably not going to be able to come home. You have to go sleep in his mother's house for the next month.
It doesn't end very well, but we managed to work through things. So, Professor, thank you for your input. I always
I love doing this.
I always enjoy getting your take on things. It's always great to have you. It's good to have you as a co-host, and we're going to be doing this again.
Thank you, my friend.
So thank you so much, listeners, for being a part of the Relationship Coaching Group community. We just can't thank you guys enough for listening and being a part of our community. And you can find us on www.relationshipcoachinggroup.com. And you can email me at roxanne@myrcgroup.com. And until next time, speak your needs clearly, listen without interrupting, and remember, you're not alone. Together, we got this. Yes.
We got you.
We got you. So stay tuned for the next one.